typical Saturday afternoon on January 5th, and one of my good friends and neighbor asked me to go run an errand with him. He was persistent enough to make me get into his truck with him and go one Saturday. And 5 minutes after I got into the car, I collapsed over in his car, and he called 911.
He had a focal spasm of the right coronary artery, and that's called Prinzmetal's disease. In 21 years, I've seen it maybe twice, 2 other times. It's usually more common in females who are heavy smokers. But he had it. And when the right coronary artery spasms, the heart doesn't get enough blood, and ventricular fibrillation happens, and then you die.
But here I am standing because we were able to track my problem down. We were able to treat my problem, and I didn't just get lost in somebody else's hospital, wondering what was going on.
We've been a top 10 heart center in the state of North Carolina for the past 6 or 7 years running, and that's not so much, well, it has something to do with our work, but it also has to do with the hard work of the staff, and it also speaks to the fact that our hospital as an institution, with its board of trustees and administration, are forward-thinking enough to look to the needs of the community, the equipment, and all the technology that we need. That, in Tommy's case, if we hadn't had that technology, he probably wouldn't be alive today.
I didn't want to have to get transferred to some big experimental hospital where they take rare cases that no one knows what's going on. I'm staying here. I'm staying in my house. This is my home. This is where I work. This is where I spend most of my life here. I was able to have it all done here. I mean, the resources are here. My doctors are here.
And it was clear that his heart had ventricular fibrillation, which is a life-threatening, lethal arrhythmia. And so no matter what we found otherwise, it was clear he was going to get a defibrillator. And I found it kind of interesting that all those years of working in the EP lab with me, and he was in there getting his defibrillator in the same table where he had helped me implant many defibrillators.
It was kind of amazing. People throughout the hospital, through a career in the hospital, but all these other doctors would come back and they would look at me and say, we're glad you're back. We're glad you're doing well. It was very comforting. I mean, when someone falls in your home, everybody knows about it, and everybody comes and they talk to you. And that's pretty emotional. When people you don't even know, your night shift people, second shift people, weekend, and they see you, and you're standing back up, and you're back in your scrubs, and you're back on the floors. It makes them feel good too. I don't tell my story to everybody, but every once in a while I can tell that sometimes it might help, and I give them a brief insight to it. My name is Tommy Locke. I'm a patient at High Point Regional, and I'm a survivor at High Point Regional. It's an overwhelming moment when you're a patient, when you're suddenly laying on that table and you get to stand back up and go out and work and tell your story to people, because it's important. People need to know that you can stay right here in High Point and get everything you need done right here. You don't have to go anywhere and be a number. We're going to take care of you.